Hello and welcome to Maryport. I'm starting my visit today at the station. The Maryport and Carlisle Railway was an important part of the development of Maryport. Prior to its introduction, two ancient highways served the town, which were little more than rough country lanes and were not suitable for supporting the growing coal industry in the area. By the middle of the 19th century, the southern bank of the River Ellen was bustling with railway traffic, carrying huge quantities of coal from local collieries to Maryport harbour for shipping to Ireland and beyond. The line was built by the Maryport and Carlisle Railway Company, which was created entirely by local gentry and colliery owners with the intention of developing the region's coal industry. Work started on the line in 1837 with the celebrated George Stephenson as engineer. The first section opened between Maryport and Arkleby in 1841. It was the first public railway in the whole of the country. The final section to Carlisle was finished in 1845, and 2 years later, a link with the Whitehaven Junction Railway opened up the harbour to more traffic from the collieries and industries of the south of the county. Maryport began life as a prominent outpost on Rome's northern frontier. You're looking now at the edge of the Empire project by Community Rail Cumbria, which creates an authentic Roman theme on the station with fantastic storyboards. Each board illustrates and celebrates the importance of the town's Roman history. There's been a fantastic reaction to the storyboards, which shows that railway stations can be so much more than just places to wait for a train. The official opening of the Edge of the Empire project in 2019 was held on the station platform with Councillor Keith Little, Cumbria County Council Cabinet Member for Transport, who cut a ribbon surrounded by pupils from Flimby Primary School. Today, a local volunteer group from Maryport have adopted the station, and they also tend to the lovely floral displays just outside the platform. Maryport is an attractive coastal town on the Solway estuary with sweeping views, shoreline walks, golf links, coastal sailing, and memorable summer festivals. Here you can experience a maritime history of 2,000 years of the sea. You can visit the many attractions and stroll around the beautiful harbour with its fishing boats. The town has a wide range of accommodation, restaurants, and pubs, all of which offer something for everyone. Maryport's glorious harbour also has a range of cafes and shops. By making a visit to the Sen House Museum, you can learn more about Maryport's Roman heritage and the Roman fort that previously existed. This award-winning museum displays the largest group of Roman military altar stones and inscriptions from any Roman site in Britain. Alternatively, you can visit the fascinating Maryport Maritime Museum near to the harbour. Close by is the Lake District Aquarium, an amazing underwater world of Cumbria's seas and coasts, and the Wave Centre, which has an indoor caving system. I was interested to learn more about the railway systems and branch lines that were installed here at the harbour to support the transport of coal. These were added with the development of the Elizabeth Dock, and railway infrastructure continued to develop following the discovery by Sir Henry Bessemer of semi-steel. The railway was crucial to the success of the harbour and brought great prosperity to the town. Its importance was reflected in the splendour of the new station, which was built in 1860. The company built their own locomotives and rolling stock in the engine works at the Docks Branch Junction. It pioneered the use of steel in the construction of locomotive boilers, fueled them with coal instead of coke, and also experimented with the use of steel railway lines. Maryport's importance as a railway centre waned as the harbour trade declined. Soon after the company amalgamated with the LMS Railway in 1923, the company headquarters at the railway station and the engine works were closed down. The final demise of the docks in 1962 signalled the end of the local railway network. The lines to the docks were taken up, and even the magnificent station was demolished. Sadly, the collapse of Maryport's industries based on the railways and the beaching cuts in the 1960s led to the demise of the railway, and today only a basic service operates in the area. Maryport was the birthplace of Thomas Henry Ismay, one of the great shipping magnates of the time and owner of the White Star Line, which built the ill-fated Titanic. Other local shipping names include the Hine brothers, who founded the Home Shipping Line in 1873, and the Ritsons, who constructed the first iron ships at Maryport. The town is also associated with Fletcher Christian, who led the mutiny on the Bounty in 1789. The Maryport Maritime Museum charts the town's long association with the sea. The White Star Line room at the museum tells the epic story of the founder of the White Star Line, Thomas Henry Ismay, and included in the story is the ill-fated Titanic, along with her sister ships, the Olympic and Britannic. Models of these ships are on display. On the 10th of April 1912, the Titanic set sail on its maiden voyage, travelling from Southampton to New York City. Throughout much of the voyage, the wireless radio operators on the Titanic had been receiving iceberg warnings, most of which were passed along to the bridge. At approximately 11:40 p.m. on the evening of the 14th of April, about 400 nautical miles south of Newfoundland, an iceberg was sighted and the bridge notified. An order was given hard a starboard and the engines reversed. The Titanic began to turn, but it was too close to avoid a collision. The ship's starboard side scraped along the iceberg. At least 5 of its supposedly watertight compartments towards the bow were ruptured. After assessing the damage, Thomas Andrews, the ship's designer, determined that as the ship's forward compartments filled with water, its bow would drop deeper into the ocean, causing water from the ruptured compartments to spill over into each succeeding compartment, thereby sealing the ship's fate. The Titanic would founder. The Titanic's 20 lifeboats could carry only 1,178 people, far short of the total number of passengers on board. This problem was exacerbated by the lifeboats being launched well below capacity, because crewmen were worried that the davits would not be able to support the weight of a fully loaded boat. When the ship finally foundered at 2:20 a.m., more than 1,500 people perished in the icy cold water of the North Atlantic. The tragedy remains to this day the deadliest peacetime sinking of a cruise ship or liner. I'm ending my visit to Maryport today by visiting the beautiful Memorial Gardens. Along with the rest of the world, the area has seen the loss of many loved ones to the COVID-19 virus. The community has also shown its support for the NHS and other key workers who helped to keep things running during lockdown periods throughout the pandemic. As a lasting memorial, the council arranged for commemorative trees to be planted, each of which is augmented by a circular seat where people can sit and reflect. In addition, the council arranged for women in war figures to be introduced to the Memorial Gardens in support of the Royal British Legion's commemoration of the role women have played in the community during wartime. I was particularly moved by the COVID-19 pandemic memorial. To all those in Flimby and Maryport who tragically lost their lives, families who lost relatives, and people who lost friends or were otherwise affected by the pandemic. Well, I've really enjoyed my visit to Maryport today, learning about its proud past, its history, and its traditions, and the role that the railways played on bringing wealth and prosperity to the town. The Edge of Empire project on the station platform was particularly interesting, and it's good to see Maryport Station is now a welcoming, modern transport gateway which the local community can be proud of. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Until the next time, from me, Stephen Bennett, bye-bye.